What's up, guys? Welcome back to Between the Pylons. I'm John Camacho. Thank you so much for watching. And guys, today we are doing another draft profile for the 2021 NFL draft. This is the second video that I'm recording, and I am talking about somebody who is going to be my #1 running back. I just can't imagine it works out any other way. But Travis Etienne, a running back out of Clemson, is who we're going to be talking about today. And look, I'll be honest, it's not going to be a normal video because usually I talk about the good, I talk about the bad, and I talk about, where he can fit and where he can't fit. And I'm going to tell you right off the jump, I don't have a lot of bad. I think Travis Etienne can kind of fit in any system. I think he could run pretty much any scheme. Obviously, I think there's probably a perfect system for him out there for sure. But at the end of the day, this is just a dude. You put the ball in his hands in almost any scenario, and good things are going to happen. That's just the type of player he is. Incredibly skilled. Let's go to the film. We'll talk about some of the really good things. I'll bring up my skill chart, and then at the end of the video, I'm just going to talk about how he compares to the past running back class, how he compares to some of the top running backs that have come out in recent memory. So stick around for all that. So first of all, I put this play in just to show Travis Etienne's ability to hit top speeds very quickly. And that's like the first thing. And then obviously his ability to just make people miss and look so smooth at the tail end of this play. But first of all, you see Trevor Lawrence is kind of holding onto this ball a long time. It's not a perfect exchange. He kind of waits an extra second to decide if he wants to keep it. Finally lets Travis Etienne keep it. There is a wide open hole. So that's really not the point. Like, this isn't vision or anything. Any running back could run through this hole. You don't get the other view of it, unfortunately, but you can kind of tell he was pretty much unimpeded. But just look in real time at how quickly he hits that top speed. I mean, it is just it's 1 to 2 steps at the absolute most, and he is top speed, second gear. And that is a trait that it's one of the first things I look for in a running back. I mean, that's just the superstar ability. I think starts there, and then you get with everything else. And look at how he's able to make somebody miss in the open field, and just his ability to make everything look so easy, so smooth. Is something I'm going to talk about throughout this film portion of the video. But I mean, it's just so amazing. But we'll move on to this next play. Again, ability to make people miss. Look at how he gets small here, right? Etienne is able to kind of get small in a situation where I feel like a lot of running backs probably are tackled for a 3 or 4 yard loss. Gets small, makes them miss, and is able to cut up field. Very quick and agile. His agility, his ability to kind of cut, change of direction is really on display here. And here you're going to see, Clemson does such a good job of getting Etienne the ball in space. And really, the reason I put this play in is just to reinforce the fact that a team that drafts Travis Etienne should take a page out of Clemson's playbook. Make sure you get Travis Etienne the ball in space. However you have to do it, in whatever way, there's a million clever and creative ways you can do it. Do that multiple times a game. This dude needs to get 15 to 20 touches per game. And then on this clip right here, I think what really stands out is this angle right here. This right here, this is an NFL hole. This is not a college hole. This is an NFL hole right here. He's able to kind of get small, squeeze through it, and get to the next level without losing any speed, which I think is a really important thing. That's why he's able to break so many big plays, is because of his ability to get through traffic, obviously, and then explode upfield without losing really any speed at all. That is next level elite running back stuff. And then here, this is just an example of his slipperiness. You're going to see this against Texas A&M. Good run here. Bounces off a tackler, bounces off another tackler. So many times he's just bouncing off of people. He has that Alvin Kamara-ish style running where he's just so slippery and tough to bring down. And it's kind of hard to differentiate why or explain why. I think, Brian Dawkins talked about it on a podcast I was listening to once, where a lot of this, it's just instinct. It's just pure instinct. And, Brian Dawkins could explain to you the exact thing that he did in a step-by-step basis. But at the end of the day, it's just instinct with the ability to do it. You can either do that or you can't. And I think at that's when you really get to like that elite level running backs, where it's interesting that you talk about guys like that who can just, it's impossible to explain. And I think this is kind of an example of that, or I don't constantly, this is one play to kind of show an overarching example of constantly, I just don't know how he does it. I don't know why he was able to break that tackle. I don't understand the physics of what made, a dude who is seemingly twice his size just bounce off him like nothing. But it happens constantly. And I think that's just a testament to how good of a running back he is. But there you go. I've just told you what you already probably knew. Travis Etienne's really, really good at football. All right, but let's get to the skill chart here so I can kind of show you how good he is just in a visual representation here. And look, the better you are, the more circular this skill graph should be. And this is a pretty damn nice circle for a running back if compared to pretty much any other running back in this class or even really last year's class. Again, we'll just go right down the line. Vision, very, very good. This is elite level vision for me. That's pretty much as high as I'll put it. And honestly, I'm considering moving it up a little bit more because just it's almost always perfect. He's almost always picking the right hole. He's squeezing through very, very small holes. Just his ability to see not only first level, but also second level, and his ability to break down and beat people really before it would even make sense. It's just next level stuff. It's really, really good. Agility, that's an elite level at 7.3 agility. Short area quickness, really, really good. Acceleration, really, really good. 6.8, 6.9, both elite level, stuff, or really just slightly below elite, but just top of the line. Pass protection is really good. His power is a little bit lower. That's really the only thing you'll see here that's not perfect. And I think at the end of the day, look, his doesn't need to be. It's not the type of runner he is. He's not a power back. This is, you wouldn't get mad at Alvin Kamara for not being able to run through a 225 pound, 250 pound linebacker. He can bounce off him. He can run around him, but it's just a different type of runner. So yeah, that's not great. That's a little bit below average, but still he has enough power in his game to, get the short yardage situations and stuff. So, you never have to take this dude off the field. And that's certainly not a bad grade considering everything else that's so good about him. Pass catching is absolutely elite. And I put it so high because I really believe he's just so good in space. He is so good at making people miss once he gets the ball. He's so good at catching the ball and immediately accelerating and moving upfield. It's very impressive. Patience is a very patient runner. Always picks his holes. That kind of goes hand in hand with vision. But it's very, very good. Breaks tackles like you wouldn't believe. I mean, just constantly. And this is actually one of his lowest grades, but it's still a very good grade at 6.3. I showed you. I mean, he's just so slippery. As I've said before, so good in the open field. I mean, this is an elite level. Pad level and balance, again, elite level. And sometimes pad level and balance goes hand in hand with power in a lot of ways. And for me, it does sometimes. But I think for Travis Etienne, look, he doesn't have pure power. He's not a pure power runner, again, but his ability to really just never go down, constantly stays upright, constantly bouncing off of people. That's kind of where that comes in with pad level and balance. All in all, an elite level running back. So usually at this point in the video, I would talk about where I think Travis Etienne should go, where I think he would be best served going at the next level in the NFL. But I'll be honest, Travis Etienne, he can kind of do anything. Any team that needs a running back that could use a workhorse runner, yeah, he could fit there. So to me, Travis Etienne probably going to be my number one running back. He is a good bit ahead of Najee Harris already. Najee Harris, as far as, I've gotten through about 10 to 12 runners so far. Najee Harris is kind of entrenched as my number two runner, which Travis Etienne is significantly ahead of him. So I do have Travis Etienne as kind of the clear number one running back in this class. That might be bold. I don't know how, the vast majority of the media sees those two. For me, it is kind of a clear Travis Etienne is a notch ahead. I think, if I actually just recorded my Najee Harris video, and you guys can go check that out if you're interested. But I would say that Najee Harris has certain things about his game that I would consider, the lacking. And not to say he's not a great running back, but you can go check that video out if you're interested. Travis Etienne has none of that. He has really nothing about his game is lacking, in my opinion. So with that being said, where would he match up in last year's class? So for me, my final rankings for the 2021 running back class, I had J.K. Dobbins at number 1. I had C.H. at number 2. I had DeAndre Swift at number 3, Jonathan Taylor at number 4, and Cam Akers at number 5. I could say right now, he probably would have slotted in at that either number 1 or number 2 spot. He's right now where his grade is right below Clyde Edwards at final grade was, but I do think Etienne's grade is going to go up. I think he will knock a combine out of the water, which doesn't have a huge impact on my grade, but it does have a little bit of an impact, and a great combine can push up your numbers just a little bit for my system. I built my own grading system, so I kind of believe in that, and I've tweaked it a little bit. So, things obviously can change, but we'll see what happens, guys. Let me know in the comments what you think of Travis Etienne. Is he the number 1 running back in this class? Do you think there's anybody else that should be considered? Let me know if there's anybody else you would like me to do a draft profile on. I'm doing this twice a week. All right. So I'm going to have 2 draft profiles coming out every single week. So if you are interested in that kind of stuff, you want to be up to date on all the top players coming out in this year's draft class, hit that subscribe button and come back next time for the next video. Peace out, guys. Thank you.